Morning, students. So, in our today's module, we'll be studying about infectious diseases. So, first of all, we should know that what exactly do we mean by the infectious or communicable diseases. So, what are these diseases? These are caused by some biological agents, or we can say pathogens, such as virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, etc. Fine. So these can rapidly spread from one person to another by various means, such as water, air, food, insects, vectors, or by physical contact, or maybe by sexual contact. Examples you all can see here. We have common cold. We'll be discussing them in detail. Chickenpox, measles, typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis, malaria, and AIDS. These are the infectious diseases. And what are the infections agents? The unicellular or multicellular organism that cause infections. So these are the infectious agents. And these disease causing organisms are also known as pathogens. Remember this thing, pathogen, disease causing microorganism. Fine. Now let's just quickly come on to the next one that we are having, and that is non-infectious or non-communicable diseases. Right? So what are these non-infectious or non-communicable diseases? Diseases which are not spread from an infected person to a healthy person. For example, we have beriberi, rickets, scurvy, night blindness, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure. So these are the diseases that are not communicable. Fine. Some cancers are caused by genetic abnormalities or by exposures to certain carcinogenic chemicals and radiations. And high blood pressure can be caused by excessive weights and lack of exercise. So these are the non-communicable diseases. Now, children will be discussing about the causes of diseases. Fine, that what exactly the causes. So most of the diseases will have many causes rather than one single cause. So we have two different types of causes that I'm going to tell you here now. So first one we are having is immediate cause. This one is immediate cause. And second one we are having is contributory cause. Fine. So what are immediate cause? These are the real or primary causes, or we can also call them as first level of cause. First level of cause. Various microorganisms like bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoans, etc. They can cause infectious diseases, and are they all are included in this very category, that is the first level of cause. Fine. So I'm just writing here so that you don't forget these things. We have bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoans. Fine. But when I'm telling the contributory causes, so these are also called the intrinsic or internal factors. They do not lead to a disease themselves. Fine. So now we'll be studying the causes. See, causes, children, you all can see here. Pathogens like virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, so on, we have discussed this point. Fine. Genetic disorder could be there, environmental pollution, malfunctioning of body parts, or poor health and undernourishment. So, if all these things are there, then a disease can occur. So, these are the causes of diseases. Like children, when we say poor health, fine, when we say poor health due to inadequate food, when there is not sufficient food, fine, child is getting to have. So, it occurs due to deficiency of one or more nutrients, making the person unhealthy or susceptible to diseases. For example, kwashiorkor. Let me just write for you. kwashiorkor. So it's a nutritional deficiency disease, bache, which occurring due to low protein diet. So if somebody is having a low protein diet, he might suffer from kwashiorkor. So lack of good nourishment becomes second level of diseases. When we say genetic diseases, then what all includes genetic disorder? They are the present. These are present since birth and passed down from offsprings to parents to offsprings. ठीक है ना? So if parent is having a problem, parent is having a disease, so this could be transferred to offsprings as well. So these are present since birth. These are the genetic disorders. Now, children, lack of public service or poor economic conditions. Like environmental factor also definitely help the it is also the main cause of the disease. Now, when I'm telling the lack of public service or poor economic condition, so if I'm saying the poor economic condition, so poverty also contribute to the cause of disease. Fine, if somebody is very much poor, so these can become the third level causes of diseases. He may not get a good food to eat. Fine, so these are the different factors. Now, children, infectious disease we have already done. The disease which spread from one person to another very easily. Fine. So now we should know these two terms, that is pathogen and vector. So these are I have already told you what are pathogens. These are disease causing organisms. Fine. The organism which causes diseases. Now what is vector? The organism which spread the disease. Fine, which will spread. We're going to study these two in detail. What are the different vectors? Fine. Insects could be a vector, and non-infectious diseases, this thing also we have done, we do not spread from one person to another. See, now what is deficiency? Causes deficiency of nutrients and hormones, for example diabetes, scurvy. If a person, when a body is hypersensitive to foreign elements, that is what the allergic is, for example asthma. Fine. If uncontrollable growth of certain tissues there, so that leads to cancer. If somebody is having a depression, anxiety, so it leads to mental disorder. If somebody is drinking alcohol, taking drugs, so he may addict to that. And malfunctioning of important organs, for example heart disease, so leads to degeneration. Now you all can see these are the infectious agents. Viruses, bacteria is there. See, the acne that exactly occurs on your face during puberty. So it basically the main cause of it is Staphylococcus bacteria. We'll be discussing these things, protozoans. Fine. All right. So this was all about today's module, children. Thank you, everyone.